What's good, everybody? It's me. I hope all is well, and I hope you're all at least hopeful. You think I have that phrase down packed by now, but I don't. But I mean it. I absolutely mean it. Because that's the one thing we have control over is our reaction to our situations, and if you can remain hopeful, you know. And so I decided, this being Independence Day, I don't think it really hit me to recently have that, like, a week after Pride is Independence Day, and how, like, Pride is in a way our Independence Day. It's kind of like our New Year's Eve / Independence Day. And I was thinking about my independence, and I was thinking about how I need more of it. I need more independence. I was thinking a lot about being a late bloomer, being kind of a late bloomer, and that, we can, late bloomer or not, like, we can run from responsibility, but for so long we can we can avoid maturity, but for so long, right? And I think 40s is a great time just to, if you haven't started already, to start taking being an adult more seriously, and making, like, taking choices more seriously. By that, no disrespect to this friend, but this person I chatted with a couple of days ago, and I'm basically in the conversation telling them, long story short, how they downplay too much. They downplay themselves too much. They see the glass half empty too much. And while I was talking to him, he goes, my friend told me I was bougie. And I said, do you need me to curse this friend out for you? It's like, no. Like, what I explained was, and it's like he's not hearing himself. It's like, I'm basically over here telling him, you're not bougie enough. And some child is in your house telling you you're bougie, and you're referring to that person as a friend. And it's like, do you also refer to me as a friend? Because that's mixy, right? What I would love to say to this friend, if we were to have another conversation, because I was a little upset, and so I don't think I was as clear as I would like to be in texting, because I hate texting too. I just rather say it. But let me pause. I'm gonna pause for a sec. I can't really complain. I've been shooting a lot of video over here and haven't had too many people walk by. It is a public park. I be acting like nobody's supposed to disrupt me, but we're outside. Oh, thank goodness for this breeze. Oh, it's so stuffy in that apartment. But what I would like to say to this person, and I always reflect on whatever advice comes out my mouth. It's like, I'm 44, so this person must be like 40, and it's like, you're way too old, right? Like, once you hit like 30 plus, you got to take it very seriously to, like, knowing the difference between an actual friend, someone who's actually trying to help you, and somebody who's trolling you, like what we call trolling. Somebody who's really being a hater and is trying to, I guess, some people will try to say something that sounds smart when really they're just being an a-hole. It's like, bro, you're 40. He's got a job. He's got his own apartment, and it's not like he got a fancy apartment and a car. Like, no, you got a job. You got an apartment. You're an adult. And I'm like, you're an adult. You have what adults are supposed to have. Like, what is bougie? There's nothing bougie about that. And even if you was, so what? And so that's why I got frustrated, because it's like I haven't talked to this person. We haven't seen each other in like 8 years. And I'm like, you met me. Like, you met me 8 years ago. Like, you had an opportunity at a good friendship, and this is what you've been busying yourself doing. You know what I mean? I don't mind. I don't care if somebody decides they don't want to hang out with me. If you don't want to hang out with me, you don't want to hang out with me. But if I find out you choosing to hang out with a bunch of hating ass losers instead of hanging out with me, now I'm just turned off. if you're showing me you don't know the difference between a friend and a hater, it's like what have you been doing with your life? It's like, what have you learned from all these experiences? And like I said, I'm kind of a late bloomer, and so I don't expect people. And then I feel like we all grow at different paces. I feel like we all are, because of life circumstances, some of us are kind of forced to grow up we're kind of forced to grow up fast, but in some ways, in other words, I feel like I had to grow up fast emotionally, which makes me probably more emotionally immature than a lot of other people. But that's because I had to take care of myself. It's like I had to take care of myself emotionally. I had to learn to take care of myself emotionally from a really young age. It's like because my circumstances were different, so it's like, you know what I mean? If my life don't look like yours, then the decisions we had to make when we had to make them aren't going to be exactly the same. So some of us had to grow up fast in some areas, and some of us are late bloomers in other areas. And so, but I'm saying all that to say, this is what I've been reflecting on recently. And then today being Independence Day, I'm like, this is a good day to start thinking about my independence and areas in the areas in my life where I need to grow up now, right? In fact, avoiding relationships is one of the things too, because with relationships comes responsibility. I think I said this before, because Whoopi Goldberg, I just came across a clip from Whoopi Goldberg talking, and she goes, she doesn't want a relationship because she doesn't want to be responsible for other people's feelings. And I'm like, I love that. I don't either. I don't. I am taking care of me. I need to fix my life. And I feel like a relationship could actually just be a distraction. It could get in the way. And I guess it would depend. And I guess that what really boils down to, like, my choosing. Like, am I going to choose somebody who's just there to take up space? Or learning how to choose somebody who knows how to not judge a book by its cover and meet you where you're at, and so yeah, I'll be honest, that's part of the reason why I've not been in a serious relationship, because I don't think of myself as mature enough for it, and I kind of just I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to. Again, like I'm probably thinking of like worst case scenarios. It's like too much insecurity, because a lot of people are really insecure. I can't stand that. If I randomly fall asleep and you ain't heard from me in like 2-3 hours, and you texted me and I didn't respond, and your first assumption is that I'm cheating on you, and I'm not, I can't stand that crap. Like, I don't see how people put up with that crap. And I feel like we've normalized that type of behavior too much. It's too much. You either think I'm cheating or you think or I'm not. It's like I'm cheating or I'm not. It kind of don't, all that playing guess. I feel like a lot of that assumption comes from a bored mind. I'm be honest with y'all. I feel like too many people out here don't have hobbies and other things to do with their brains, and they just sit around wondering what you're doing. So I feel like that's just, I'll be honest, I think that's just somebody who's bored. Those kinds of people tend to have very vivid imagination. They tend to have very active imaginations. And it's like, let's put that imagination to good use. You know what I mean? Let's create something together. Let's not make up scenarios in our head for us to argue. It's like unnecessary arguing, unnecessary drama. I've literally dealt with so much of it with people lying about being in a relationship with me. Like, we're not even a real relationship. Why do we have drama? What are we beefing about, right? Like, what is happening here? I mean, I'm venting a little bit about relationships, but what I am getting at is independence, right? It's time for me to claim my independence. It's time for me to grow up. It's time for me to grow up in certain areas, stop downplaying myself, move forward, right? It's time to move forward in life. Do the next thing. Do the next thing. I can avoid the next steps, but so long. And if anything, all I'm doing is making myself feel stuck when I'm not really. You know, sometimes we feel stuck, we're not really stuck. There's just a decision. There's a decision you haven't made, and maybe some part of you is hoping the universe would make that decision for you. I do that sometimes too. Sometimes I like to allow synchronicity to make the decision for me. But it's just where I am in my life right now. It feels a lot like, I feel like this feels like a time for decisions. It's cancer season, and so cancer season is about cleansing. This is a great time. If you haven't all year, it's a great time to do some kind of fasting, whether you're just fasting coffee or something in specific, or do like a general fast. But it's time to get clear, right? I feel like Cancer, water, clarity. Cancer is also that mother energy, which is also, it's like that. That's where maturity comes in at too, where you have learned to mother yourself. When you learn to be your own mother and learn to be your own father, that's when you're truly ready to that's when you're technically ready for your own family. I'm sorry. I keep I gotta tend to my nose. I have a bunch of napkins in here. Pardon me. I don't feel like pausing it, so I should pause it when I tend to my nose. 1 second. It's funny. I've been out here recording for at least an hour now, and as soon as I start talking about independence, the wind's gusting. But and this card actually flew onto the ground. I guess I should mention it. This ace, right? This is kind of what I mean, right? This is the Ace of Pentacles, which is, it just shows a hand coming out the clouds, and then there's an Ace of Pentacle. It's like when the hand coming out the cloud like this, that says that there's an idea you haven't had yet, which is why you need your clarity. Like, you need your clarity because, yeah, it's like either it's something you're wishing for, or because a pentacle is usually, when we think of pentacles, we think of money, but really it represents earth. Earth represents the physical nature, physical aspects of life. And so something you're wishing for could be coming in. It could also be like there's an idea coming in that will help you earn what you wish for. Like, if you want more, in other words, if you've been asking the universe for more money, the universe is going to give you an idea for more money, right? And then I don't know, because it's an ace and it's like one coin in the hand, so like maybe someone will give you a couple dollars. Like, my brother gave me like $10 the other day, you know what I mean? So I feel like he has good timing with that too. I think he's pretty intuitive. He might be even more intuitive than he knows he is. Because I really just had in my mind, like, I wish somebody could just give me a couple dollars right now, and then he just gave me $10 out of nowhere. So, yeah, that could resonate. I feel like it could be any of those things and or all of those things. Like, somebody might just out of nowhere give you a couple dollars, or you might feel like there's an idea brewing for manifesting more money. Hence the ace, you know, it's like ace. It's like, ooh, that idea. Yeah, I'm artsy, and so I keep hoarding these things. I keep making things and hoarding them and not selling them. So that's definitely come to mind. I'm like, the second half of the summer, it's time for me to really put myself out there. Put my stuff out there. Like, just go out there and sell what I can. Maybe I won't be rich overnight, but it would help me have some regular spending money. If I just want to go out and have a drink, I don't have enough money to even go have a drink right now. If the drink is less than $10, maybe. Where car fare is already $6. It costs about $6 to get on the train, right? And then the car right after that is this Moon card. I feel like the Moon card generally can piggybacking off of what I just said about manifesting. So I feel like there is something you're manifesting. I feel like there's something you're wishing for, and it might be coming through. Yeah, it might be coming through sooner rather than later, or you might actually have it, and maybe you're not seeing that you have it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different things I could do with this $10. There's a lot of ways that I could invest in my idea with just $10, to be honest, because I am sitting on a lot of ideas, and yeah. It's like the idea that I have doesn't even require that much money to invest in. I just need to just go and do it, which I have started. Matter of fact, the shirt that I'm wearing, you can't even really make it out. It's the bleach dyed. Like, this was a hand-me-down shirt. I think my mom or somebody gave me this shirt, and it was just regular red shirt, and I've been learning how to bleach dye things recently. And so I've been practicing on clothes that I already have, so that when I go buy a new shirt, I know what I'm doing. So yeah, this is one of my favorite shirts now. It's part of the reason why I wore it today. So yeah, I feel like we see this page of wands a few times, and there's another page, right? So I feel like, this might, cause I don't know, maybe because of my background of like being in performing arts, this always looks like a microphone to me. It could very well just be his staff, but the way he's looking up at it is like, and it being taller than him, I feel like it's put me in mind of what I just said about maturing. It's like growing into that microphone, maturing enough to step up to that microphone, which is kind of what I think I said it earlier that before I started shooting this video, I shot a couple short clips of me just talking about myself that I plan on sharing on my Instagram, because I realized I don't share enough on my Instagram, and people definitely don't ask questions. But I can feel it. People are definitely on that page wanting to get to know me, and maybe feeling like because I'm such a private person, maybe they feel like they're being rude by asking me a few questions. And then I don't ask them to ask me questions, right? I tend to treat social media like, well, especially in the beginning of it, I was using it for more entertaining myself. I remember there's one person I was following on Facebook said something like, your timeline can be your vision board if you want it to be. And so I kind of used my timeline to entertain myself and as my own vision board and as my own place to vent. And in this new chapter is like, maybe it's time to step up to that microphone and share more about myself. I'm still working out like how I want to organize these pages. I have 2 pages, and it's hard for me to let go because I really like the name. I have 2 pages right now, and I'm like, maybe I should just have 1, and I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna go with it. Also, I used to perform more. I forget that. I used to actually perform. I forgot. Like spoken word and stuff like that. I used to do stuff like that. So like maybe it's time to do that again. Right? And then right after that is the Knight of Wands. Knight is like, go for it. Right? He has his wand. He's like, this is an incredible staff. Now I'm on a horse. I'm going somewhere with this staff. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm going somewhere with that. He's going somewhere with that. He's going to do something. He's wearing that yellow, and I think it's the same person. They're both wearing yellow, so it's like being confident. Being confident and being in the spotlight. I think if anyone actually been watching my page for the past year, we've been talking a lot about not shine from the spotlight anymore. And maybe some part of me felt like I've been doing that, and maybe I haven't really been doing that. As you know, maybe I haven't. Yeah, like I've been doing it, but maybe I haven't really. I feel like Spirit is telling me about myself, because I was just telling somebody about themselves, and I can hear the message as much for me as it was for them. Here's another page of cups. New year, page 1. That's kind of what I was feeling about this Independence Day. I feel like this Independence Day, yeah, it's a great day. This Independence Day, 2026, I don't know if I said it already, but 2 + 2 + 6 = 10. 10 is a 1 and a 0. 0 amplifies the 1, right? So 10 represents a new level versus 1. 1 is the very beginning. 10 represents a new beginning. It's like now you've matured and you're not starting from scratch, you're starting from experience, as that saying goes. But we literally have a page of cups. We have the page of wands so far. I don't know if they're going to give us all 4 pages, and we have the page of pentacles. Page 1. It's so funny because I went to watch a series online. I saw 1 season, and then you had to pay to see the 2nd season. I don't know how this ties in, but I do. Right? It's like I'm not paying for this crap, but it's kind of like almost like a metaphor for life. It's like part of maturing is understanding that there's a cost for going to that next level. Like you don't want to do free things all the time. Right, I'm gonna pause it because people walking by. 1 second. And the next card out is the Emperor card. Right? That's the sitting in your seat. It's so funny because that's one thing I said. It's so crazy because that's what I said when I was telling this person about themselves. That's how I told her. I said, you're like a manager. I said, you're the manager that is being too chummy with the employees. And every time somebody goes to look for the manager, you're not in the seat. Like, you're grown now. You know what I mean? That's literally what I said to him. I said, you're a manager, but you won't stay in your seat because you want to hang out with the regular kid. You know what I mean? You want to hang out with the employees, and too much of that is a toxic work environment. You know, like some of these work environments where they say like, oh, we're a family, you're my friend, and then you want to hang out with each other every day after work. Like, that's terrible. That's terrible. No. And a manager who doesn't understand that you will actually lose respect with your employees if you're too friendly. Be kind, be courteous, do not be too friendly, because the reality is you don't know their maturity level, right? Like, if anybody here ever worked as in education, children will walk all over you if you don't come into, develop some like sense of authority about you. Those kids will walk all over you. I liked working with children, but I realized I can't be a teacher because, especially, I don't look my age. I look like fun. Like, kids like me because I look like fun. An after school program, a summer camp program, it's fun. We're doing fun things. But when things start to get serious, they did not take me seriously. And I have a general goofy personality, and it's like I didn't know how to switch into this Emperor energy. And this is like more than 10 years ago. So I feel like we've seen an Emperor card during other readings, and I feel like Spirit is telling me about myself. Like, it's funny because we're both wearing red today, aren't we? So it's like, it's time to step into the authority that you have. Like, you have it. People, and then the other reason too why I decided it's time to start sharing more on Instagram is that I feel like people are waiting on my cue. You know what I mean? At first, my knee-jerk reaction is like, if you want to talk, or if you want to do something, then go do it. But it's like, I have that kind of boss energy where people wait for me to start. They wait for me to start, wait for me to get the ball rolling. in reality, in some situations, I am the older person in the group. Like, that's interesting that this would come out. I have mixed feelings about that one. I feel like we're on a roll, and I don't know. I do know where you're going with that. Cause okay, the Seven of Cups. I think I'm gonna pick up a different deck after this one. This is about like all the things you've been wishing for. So they're like, Spirit is basically saying like, step into your authority. Treat today like it's a brand new day. Treat today like it's day one of the new you. Because all these things you've been wishing and hoping for, you can manifest them. You can manifest them from this kind of energy. Like if you are a manager, if you are a literal manager, and you're always hanging out with employees, you're always trying to be their friends, you're trying to have drinks with them after work, they're like, you're not going to earn respect that way. You're not going to manifest all these great things like that. If anything, you might lose your job. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're not going to act like an emperor, somebody might come in and just go ahead and take that seat. But by taking, what they say, taking charge of your destiny. Taking charge of your destiny. Treat this Independence Day like it's the first day of the rest of your life. It's the first day of the new you. Today's day one of the new you. What you want to do? How you want to feel? What do you want to have by the end of the summer? What do you want to have by the end of this month? What do you want to have by the end of next week? Right? It's Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. It's just a matter of time before it's gonna result in something at some point. Right? When you do the work, there's results. And Wheel of Fortune just means the wheel is turning in your fortune. And you are turning it though, right? Because you're an emperor now. You're taking charge now. You can turn that wheel. It took me a little while too to click. It took a second to click for me too. It's like I'm waiting on God. I'm waiting on synchronicity. I'm waiting on the universe. I'm waiting for the spirit guides to bring me something. And they're just like, no, we're not. We're not gonna bring it to you. We need you to come get it. We need you to come meet us halfway. We need you to do this, do that, do this. We need you to get in your seat, sit in your manager's seat and manage. I was wondering if they were going to give us the other ace, and they sure enough did. I guess I have to post this one because I'm never sure if I want to post what I record until after I record it and then watch it back again. But here we have the Ace of Wands. So like right in the same reading, this never happens, by the way. I might pick one or two aces probably at most two aces in a reading. But we have the Ace of Wands here. It's a wand. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands. Well, I said Wands. Wait, how is there two Wands? Oh, the Page of Wands. My bad. I'm tripping myself out. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Wands. We have the Page of Wands. We have the Page of Water. Basically, starting from page 1. Long story short. That's why it's like page ace, page ace. Ace is 1. Right? 1. I mean, in this case, it's like, again, treat today like page 1. Page 1 of the new you. And the new ways you're going to do things. Whatever you learned over these years. And it's time to apply them. It's time. It's time to believe in your ability. Believe in what you've learned. Believe in how you've grown. Take charge. Stand in your authority. Start that thing. Complete the thing you started. There's things that I started last year that I didn't finish yet. That I haven't even really... That's what I said about the... That's why I said you can barely see it, but I bleached dyed this shirt. I started doing the bleach dye a year ago. right? Because there's some part of me that, in other words, there's something I'm trying to manifest, and there's some part of me that wants. How can I put it? How can I put it this way? It's like I'm hoping the thing manifests before I even have to do that. It's like it's like I know I need to go out and make the money. It's like I know I'm manifesting money, but it's like I know I'm manifesting money, but in the meanwhile, there's money that I could be making now, as opposed to just doing nothing and waiting for that money. That makes sense? So I was kind of hoping to not even have to do this. Like hoping that these manifestations would just come in and I didn't even have to do this. In other words, hoping that I could just win the lottery or something and then I don't even have to do this. But you'd be surprised. Once you start doing the things Spirit told you to do, maybe sometime down the line I actually will win the lottery. Who knows? But it's like the act of moving on ideas, acting on the ideas, that is also going to help me vibrate at the frequency of abundance, right? It's like money attracts more money. Money attracts more money. So it's like going out there and instead of thinking of it as a little bit of money, just it's money. Go make the money. Every business started from $1. Every business started from one sale. Every new idea started from one sale. Let me see what I feel like. This one's simple. Source Dragon. I picked up my dragon cards. This one's actually very simple. Source, come on. Source Dragon attunes you to the infinite. Be still. In the silence, magic can happen. Be in the moment. Right? Hence me out here in out here in nature. I mean, in this case, I'm talking to you guys, y'all. But I was thinking about how, yeah, like in case I didn't feel like talking, because I wasn't sure what I was gonna feel like doing till I got here, and I brought my coloring book. And I've been planning to do more actual meditating outside, because I don't do enough of that. I think I've told on myself several times on this page about how I'm not meditating at all. I hardly meditate. Confession, I hardly meditate. And when I started running, like when I used to jog, there's like a track not too far from where I live. I used to consider that my meditation when I was jogging, and I haven't done that in such a long time. And it's also like, Z, just meditate, like just do it, like just be still. Dark Blue Galactic Dragon. And then we deal in a lot of orange and blue, don't we? Let's see, what's he got holding there? Looks like he's holding a net. Dark Blue Galactic Dragon helps you listen to the voice of the universe. Ignite the codes of your master blueprint. Access cosmic wisdom and enter higher service. Access cosmic wisdom and enter higher service. Enter higher service, right? I'm a healer. And I know there's more Spirit wants for me than just doing tarot readings. I know this is just like, I feel like this is more so like the training program for me. When someone's becoming a doctor, they have to do like years of internship. They have to like work before they can be trusted alone with a patient. I mean, not that I don't help people here and there. I do consultations here and there, but there's a lot more Spirit would like for me to do. I'm talking about myself just to make this easier, because however you resonate is however you resonate. It's like some of you have been at your jobs for a while, and you're ready for a managerial position, and maybe you've just been kind of avoiding it because you don't want the responsibility. And Spirit is like, it's time. It's time to go for that promotion. It's time to go for that better paying job. And in my case, as a healer, maybe you too. Maybe you've been doing these tarot readings just because it kind of gives you a thing that you know you can do 2-3 days a week. Some people do it twice a day. Some folks on here really do this twice a day. And I guess a part of me is like, who wants to watch me twice a day? But it's not just that, because it might not be for me to do tarot readings twice a day, because like I said, there's more. I have more healing modalities. I do Reiki, I do sound healing, I do more. And so Spirit wants you to tap in so that they can communicate with you, so that they can also be with you. Like having a deep, strong connection with Spirit guidance allows them to guide you. Like, you'll know what to do when it's time to do it. You'll know where to go when it's time to go. You'll I'm trying to say orange and blue, sacral and throat. Sacral and throat chakra, they both have to do with self-expression. We express through our throat chakra, and our sacral chakra is where a lot of our sexual creativity and creative energy comes from. Right? When you giving birth to a new you, that's very sacral. Sharing your art, that's very, wow, I just realized I'm wearing blue and red, right? So we're almost matching here. And I rarely do this, but it's so hot. I actually wetted it. So I can, but we're doing this. I guess I have to share more what I've been up to on here too, huh? Like, we can't just talk about it. I gotta show you that I'm started at least. So I guess next time I'll just do a little show and tell or something like that. All right, y'all. Take care. Be yourself. Love yourself. Be yourself. Love yourself. We got this. All right, now.